What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 15th episode of Trench Talk. My name is Anonymous22. My usual two co-hosts, LTR and NRV. LTR, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Kind of a hectic week with everything, just like nuking and then rebounding. You know, we have a lot to talk about today as far as coins, politics, just everything. But overall, I had a good week. Didn't get shaken out, which is good. You know, I think I've matured and I've learned to not panic sell. So, yeah. How about you, NRV?
Yeah, I mean, every time that there's a big sell-off event, whether it's like induced by like a recession or war or both at the same damn time, it really kind of checks you and makes you feel like you need to reassess your strategy. Like, am I allocated the correct way? And you'd think that going through that multiple times in different scenarios, you would learn a bit. Unfortunately, I don't think I was perfectly allocated. I don't really think anybody's like fully set up for that anytime that it happens. I think this time it was a bit more vicious than the past, like notably. I remember just like sitting there looking at majors and meme coins and everything and just thinking like, okay, how much lower does this go? And it just kept going lower and lower. Admittedly, I feel like I was a bit too allocated in spot and too allocated to certain meme coins. And it's definitely a really good time to reassess where you're holding certain things, because when you look at different coins and the way that they react to a moment like that, you can really get a good idea of like where market sentiment is or what type of holder base you have in certain coins, especially if you are holding memes. You'll get an idea of, are people getting shaken out? Are they losing their patience? Or conversely, like some coins actually do show strength in those moments, surprisingly. So yeah, I got wrecked a bit, but rebounded pretty well. And you know, if anything, there's motivation to keep grinding, and I think there's still endless opportunities like we've seen this week, even since then. So I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not great.
I was gonna say, you mentioning some coins even show strength, I think is a really good point, because like we saw, you know, we'll talk about it later, but we saw the ETH Nero. That thing barely moved when everything else was nuking. And then once we rebounded a little bit, it went up like 10%. So I think you could have gotten like a free 2x on like really good liquidity if you bought the blood on how strong that was. And I think Pun talked about that in our first podcast, is like certain, you know, strength is really shown not when everything is going up, but when everything is going down. So like certain things like Mog, Mew, what else? Popcat was really strong. All these things just like they rebound the hardest, and those are the things you want to bid if you think the market's going to recover.
Yeah, I mean, if you find those coins, especially ones that are at like a somewhat of a lower market cap, like, you know, Mog is already pretty high and whatnot, but Nero a bit lower. But if you can find some that are at lower market caps that can give you like a higher return, it's almost like a cheat code, because if you're bullish on crypto, even like short to midterm, you're able to just accumulate more SOL or more ETH off coins in that time frame before the majors actually rebound too aggressively. So it's kind of a cheat code in that regard if you can find those coins. So it's like definitely very important. Like, even if you're freaking out, have a watch list, have a bunch of tabs open, be watching those charts, see what the rebounds look like, and be like, okay, maybe I should be allocating a bit into these. And it's also very important and a reminder to stay liquid to a certain extent for moments like that, because, you know, you see tweets. I remember seeing a tweet from some people saying, all right, it's time to go shopping. So if you have liquidity, you're going to be able to buy great coins at a discount, and those are the type that you want to look out for.
Yeah, I think this week was one of the first times I've saw in a while that I agree on finding strength in coins. I mean, that's kind of why I've been mostly denominated in SOL. I mean, you can just look at the SOL ETH chart and just automatically just determine that, okay, just SOL is just much stronger at the moment. But one thing I will say is it does seem like this was kind of a dip for some people to kind of look and venture off to like maybe just other different alts and stuff. Like, I remember for like the first time in a while, like I saw which I like Owen's opinions personally. I don't know the guy, but he seems pretty smart on Twitter, and he was posting he was buying a couple L1s.
Who's that?
Owen.
Owen 1v9, great trader.
Yeah, very, very, very smart. And he was buying a couple of L1s, and I think this was the first time it was like, I don't know. I saw a little bit of people actually thinking about buying other things other than like Soul and memes, which personally I'm okay with because what 90%, not 90%, I'm lying, like 70% of my crypto portfolio is denominated in. So I don't know. It's interesting. Times are very interesting, especially with the crash on Monday.
I think it is interesting. Like, this whole cycle has been just people calling for alt season and alt season and alt season, and it's almost just like that meme where it's that TikTok of the guy just putting all the shapes into the triangle slot, and the girl on the side is just like, oh, triangle again. Because I feel like that's just this cycle. It's basically been like BTC, Soul, and then memes, and it's just been over and over again, and people are just like, I almost feel like they're almost just forcing, because it's like, strength will continue until it's proven wrong. And the strongest will probably be the strongest until it's proven to be weaker. And yeah, there's been pockets of like AI outperformance, but just on the vast majority, I think people are forcing a little bit too much. Like, who's really bidding INJ again, or who's really bidding TIA again, other than like investors who are underwater. It's just an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. One thing, so let's probably should dive into one of our starting topics that we should talk about. Should we talk about RTR and all the Trump stuff first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
That's fine. All right. Okay. I guess first we can go with a timeline of RTR. Throughout the entire week, rumors were starting to come out. Actually, no, we'll start with. I say we start with TWC, the one that came out the day before, personally, because that's timeline-wise how it happened.
Yeah, but like I think the tweets that came out from the Trump family probably, I guess, should be covered briefly.
Yeah, that kind of sparked the whole thing, right? Because DJT rugged after that.
That's the only reason why these coins moved.
Yeah,
or moved as aggressively as they did. And why we should really be keeping an eye out for the correct one. Whether it's going to have an insider association or not, it likely will. But the reason why these happen and are such a hot topic is because they're teasing something. So if you want to run through that, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here, I really don't. It was something RWA. I think people were theorizing like buy partial of a Trump building. Honestly,
it's real estate. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, honestly, that part doesn't even matter. It's just Trump related coin, cool. But those tweets were starting to come out, and then there was a big guy that tweeted on his alt that something was coming Thursday morning, and there was this, a lot of on-chain grinders were starting to like, okay, we think, where have we heard Trump-related coins? DJT. Let's go find DJT wallets that, were either A, early, B, held a lot of supply, C, had some sort of involvement in creating the coin. There was a certain group that did really well tracking all of those and saw that one of them related to it made a pump fund. I think this was Wednesday night.
Yeah. Off
the top of my head. Yeah. That ended up being a pretty crazy runner, but ended up being just like a huge pump and dump. Like the guy that created it was buying a load of it and then selling it. So it ended up being some sort of scam. And also DJT, like, I don't know exactly what happened. I didn't really look into it. I was just like, yep, makes sense. It like nuked. Like I assume like massive holders just nuked it. Obviously, maybe Martin, don't know. Not going to say that because I do not know. And, there's all that fiasco Wednesday night. And then Thursday morning, this, massive CLM coin drops. It's starting to fly. Yeah. Who was that guy that first kind of tweeted it publicly?
It was some news guy, Ryan. Isn't it Ryan someone?
Ryan Fournier, I believe.
Yeah, the one who lost like $300 on it and was complaining, bro. That's so funny. He bought like free Soul at $90 million. Oh my gosh, I love it. That tweet was, I'm dying. People are down like 200K, and he's like, I lost 2 Sol.
Bro, that was it was very interesting. I was like, damn, homie is pressed over that.
I was like, I thought he was rich. I was like, he's
yeah. I don't know. I would have thought it'd been more personally, but oh well. I guess each their own. And I think I will say, I was here that morning. I did make money off the token. I will say I'm not going to be the best at giving a timeline on this coin because, truthfully, I thought it was just a Trump coin, and I put a DCA limit sell order, and I was just going to sell throughout the entire day. It's not because I didn't believe in the coin. It's just I'm a shitcoin trader. I like money. It is what it is, right? Like, I wasn't really here to theorize on it. I was like, if it goes up, it goes up. It goes down, it goes down. Don't care. I'm going to just put a 12-hour sell limit order on it and just move on with my day and just see what happens, I guess. Obviously, none of y'all were here, right? Or LTR. Do you know what started the first nuke?
It was the screenshot of like Tryon in a Discord, right? And he was saying, I'm hearing rumors that they backed out. That combined with the whole ConPy thing came out, and I think some people didn't like that. So it nuked down to like 80 from like 130. And then it was kind of going back up again. And then that Discord, it was like a screenshot of some guy named Tryon, Traian, in some Discord. I don't even know what Discord. And it was just going through all the Telegram chats. And he was basically saying, hey, I'm hearing that the Trumps backed out. Because at this point, it was almost confirmed by a lot of people that the Trumps were involved and that it was like a legit Trump coin. Even that news guy, was reporting the same thing. And so people were like, oh my gosh, it's finally the legit Trump coin. Anyways, that's what caused the second nuke. And then, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted, him and Eric Trump, both of them, basically like quote tweeted the thing and said, hey, this isn't our project at all. Basically denying all of it, despite everything before that, because they were kind of insinuating that they were a part of it, and then they basically go back and backtrack their words, and then obviously it just like absolutely, I mean, it was a Burj Khalifa, frankly. Like if you look at the chart on 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, and I mean, look. I'm pretty sure like most people lost on the coin, and it was definitely a very despair moment. A lot of really bad emotions happened yesterday. A lot of people got destroyed on it. It was awful. And I mean, I was kind of looking at Twitter throughout the day, and it was getting a lot of hate, obviously, because people find out it was just by CanPy, and but I guess the first thing I want to dive into is I'll just say it bluntly, like, are the Trumps at some fault for this? Which I don't have all the information, obviously. I am just a guy from the outside looking in. But there has been about 3 coins now I can say off the top of my head that have had some quote-unquote Trumps involvement. And they have just basically all gone to shit. And it's starting to get a little concerning.
I think absolutely yes. I mean, not to like absolutely crap on any coins, but you look at like Make America Great Again. The amount of like insider sell-offs on every single Donald Trump Jr. tweet or space. I mean, like there is like the common thread between all 3 of these coins is not the team of the coin, right? They were all made by different teams, whether that be what MAGA was made by, I'm not going to name names. Then DJT was Shrekley, and then this was ConPy. So they're all different teams that don't know each other. But the common thread here is the Trump family, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. And to a certain extent, you got to think, like, how many of these people aren't lying about, like, they got word from these Trumps, but, like, there's no official contract, and then they just back out last second, nuke their wallets. These Trumps make, like, what, $3 million? I don't know how much the sellers were up on DJT and whatnot, but I think they're definitely, I mean, I'm not here to be a conspiracy theorist, but what I'm saying is, yeah, there's a common thread here between all three coins, and just don't trust politicians, I guess.
I think these guys want to be involved in crypto and see it as an important marketing channel and like a collective of voters that they think can help sway the election in their favor. And they've been involved in crypto through the NFT stuff and whatnot. But with what they've been doing in coins, I think that they've associated with a number of different teams in various ways through various team members. And I don't think that they've been necessarily pleased with how a lot of it's gone down. Obviously, the Barron Trump one is very unique and getting involved with like Shkreli and whatnot. And that clearly didn't have like full approval from, or awareness, I believe, from like all of the family. But the Make America Great Again one was obviously very public, like, because we saw like big sponsorships of like boxing events with the Make America Great Again thing. I think even Karate Combat, but also, I mean, don't quote me on that, I'm not positive, but the Bitcoin conference had a lot of stuff going on with that coin as well, like Donald Trump Jr. and Tucker Carlson standing in front of signs with that specific coin like as the backdrop. So I think ultimately like they probably want to be involved in a crypto project that is like truly owned by them, but they're probably too dumb to actually do it themselves, so they're going to have to lean on a team. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something actually come from this. I don't think it was supposed to be this one from what I've gathered. I was actually not like at my computer or trading. I was sleeping most of the day because my schedule's been backwards from watching Valorant. But yeah, I do think something's coming. I think the fact that we're sitting in this time talking about this is absolutely insane, because if you go back like 2 months ago when the celebrity shit was coming up, we were talking about how ridiculous all this was and like what would be like the craziest scenario of a meme coin to come out. And we were saying probably something officially from Donald Trump or Elon Musk would probably be the most insane thing that you could see, or maybe Vitalik Buterin. That would be insane as well. But it seems like something will probably come, but I don't think they're smart enough to do it on their own. So no matter what it's going to be, there's going to be insiders, because the team's going to be associated with it. There's too much money that's going to go around for them not to pad their own pockets and do some insider crap. I do think it's important to talk about the best practices that kind of come along with trying to get ahead of that information. Obviously, a lot of these drops have been done differently. You mentioned earlier that Trump with Crown one, people were able to locate that one by tracking the deployer of the DJT coin, I believe, or like one of the funding wallets. You could be doing that right now for other coins. So the Make America Great Again one, for example, if you go through the deployer connections on that wallet, there's a handful of wallets you should be tracking there. Whether it's wallets that originally provided liquidity to the coin, or the wallet that has distributed tokens out for KOLs or whatever the hell. There's probably at least 4 or 5 wallets that you should be tracking if you think that they may lean on whoever deployed the Make America Great Again project. You may not find it. I believe it was funded from Binance originally, so it may be impossible, but those are the type of small things that you can do to like try to give yourself an edge if you think that they're going to blatantly do something connected from a wallet that was associated with a prior drop. So I'm doing that, but yeah, I do think something is actually coming, but I think a lot of people are going to be a bit more risk averse for when they actually do see it this time, because they just lost so much on this most recent one.
Yeah, I agree. So when the official Trump coin comes, if it does come, how much of it has already been priced in through these 3 scams? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, I think these 3 scams have severely limited the upside on these coins, just because people do have this bad taste in their mouth if they see Donald Trump Jr. tweet about something. And I think that's a really great point. Furthermore, what you also said, like, these politicians, they don't know wallet OPSEC. You know, they don't know things like Arkham or Solana.fm exists. So I think tracking these wallets, you know, that like, I mean, like, look at DJT, like the Martin Shkreli coin before that, Shoggoth. He used like the same wallets. Like, he transferred from the Shoggoth Dead wallet to make DJT. So it's almost like a lot of these big names, they don't actually know proper OPSEC and how to clean wallets and whatnot, or how to make fresh ones. So there's a lot of edge to be found there. Obviously, it's going to take time, but that time can be worth it.
You know, you put in what, you know, you got to put in work. That's just the sum of it, you know. Like, Something I will say is I've been seeing over the past week or two, Grand FNF posting like their P&Ls on Twitter, and some people may be mad by that, but I mean, you guys see it as like, okay, there's something I could be doing to be doing better, like Twitter monitoring, wallet monitoring. Just you got to always just be up in your tech and just always working on your craft. And eventually, you put in a bunch of work, and you're due to hit a big winner. It is what it is. Like it should happen if you're putting in work. You just gotta keep focused, keep locked in. But the Trump stuff, yeah, I don't know. I could definitely see it being almost priced in, or anything that comes out, it's just gonna get absolutely hammered with massive FUD. Because I mean, every coin has some sort of little scamish thing that you can point out to it. That's just going to happen with every single coin. There's going to be snipers. There's going to be, someone has a bunch of supply. There's taxes. There's just so much you can do to FUD something. And every coin has to have a little bit of scam almost to survive. Like, you look at Brett, just controlled supply. People could have pointed that out as a scam, and it just absolutely mooned. You're just sitting there like crazy. It's just like, what the hell? So, are we done talking about the Trump stuff? Because I think this would lead in perfectly with the bidding coal coins section that's going on, especially on like the ETH chain at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're good. I just think I think the coin's still going to run no matter what. I think it depends on what it is. We don't really know what this is going to be yet, because Donald Trump Jr. basically came out saying that no coin is launched officially by them yet. It'll come directly from his account, or I guess Eric Trump's account, whenever it happens. Is this shit going to be a meme coin? Is it going to be some type of real-world asset associated coins? I heard somebody saying earlier, like, maybe it'll have to do with like real estate or something. We have no idea what the hell this is going to be, but yeah, maybe people will bid a bit less because they just lost so much on this other one. But I still think if there's a coin associated officially with Trump and his family, it probably shoots over 100 mil right away. Either way, the money's going to be there. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't care. I'm bidding that no matter what. Don't care. I will lose. It is what it is. But I do want to revert this to the kind of coal coin situation that I think it's happening primarily on ETH at the moment. But I'll go ahead and throw out one name because it's a name that's been thrown out for a while. There's this Print My Mint guy that's been, making some absolute coal bundled cookers on ETH chain, a couple on Sol as well as of recent. And I saw a Pomo tweet the other day, and so I wanted to talk about it. And it was like, I think especially me, it's easy to FUD stuff, right? It's so easy. You're like, it's just another print coin, another coal bundle. I don't want to bid that. I don't want to give them money. And then what? I don't know what it's at now, but the Nero ETH coin's at like 266 mil. Like, that's absolutely insane. And it's like, wow, I should have just, ignored everything and just bidded the coin. And he was like, it's something that you should pay attention to where these coals are, not selling their bundled supply and just going absolute shill mode just because, they have all these mooners and all these connections, and they're going up in price, and they don't want to get kicked off the train of them just constantly making money over and over and over again. So you should, bid their fear of not wanting to sell the coin, which, it kind of makes sense to me. And I think I'm pwned one big on ETH Nero because of using that thought process. So I'm curious at what y'all's thoughts are on it.
I mean, it's just that whole, would you rather be right or would you rather make money? And that's just like the essence of crypto. Like, I mean, most stuff in crypto is a scam. Whether you want to like believe in it or not, believe in the tech, whatever, aside from a few things, maybe like pure Bitcoin and whatnot, most things are ultimately just like overpriced scams, and like, but that's okay, right? Like, I mean, part of that is what makes for the volatility, and part of that is what makes for the insane price discovery, is that people just want to speculate rather than believe or invest. And so at a certain point, I think maturity, and I've gone through the same thing. Like, I used to be like, oh, I'm not touching that, it's this crew. But I mean, what's even better is bidding the hell out of it early, having a ton of it, and then being able to nuke it later if you don't like the people. Like, you made money and then you crash the price of their project. That's what we call on-chain terrorism. But I think to a certain extent, it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's going to work until it doesn't, and you're just missing out on free money by not bidding.
Yeah, and I think if we've learned anything, like we've talked about on this pod for many episodes, if you look at a coin like that, I mean, it's gone up because it has supply control, dude, and they obviously have KOLs on board. So if you learn anything from Brett, from Landwolf, from these other coins that have been very similar in that regard, just bid the shit, dude. I think that one was a bit unique because it wasn't one of the earliest Nero coins that came out, and it's been by far the biggest sender because of the supply control they had and the KOL groups they had on board. If these KOLs are afraid to sell, dude, like, you would think these people know how to LP out at this point. I don't think that they would get their arms slapped if they made a one-sided pool and exited some. That's how you're kind of the chart, but I don't know.
In my mind, I obviously don't know anything about these coals, so I am just straight yapping at this point right here. In my mind, they have everyone at gunpoint,
yeah,
and they're just monitoring every single cell. I doubt it's like that. But
I've been in chats. They are like, I'm not joking with you. I used to frankly be kind of a KOL, and I just stopped liking it because I just don't like. I don't know. I feel like
you don't like money.
No, I feel better about myself just doing it the right way, frankly, and I have a big conscience, so. I mean, good on them. They're making money, but those chats are basically like a communism. Like, it's like they'll call you out, they'll at you in the chat, and everyone's shitting on you, or it's just, so it's almost like you're held hostage, right? And one thing people don't understand about being a KOL is, you have insider, but a lot of it sucks because, like, your friends might make more on the coin than you do, even if you have insider, just because, you're basically held hostage. And the second you sell, you're like ostracized and blacklisted from everything else. So a lot of KOLs end up not making that much, even if they're up huge UPNL on paper, because they essentially get farmed and used for their social clout. But I mean, it's just like, the game is the game. And if you know it's a certain crew that, like, is super rigid and super held hostage like that, you should probably just bid it early. At worst case, you lose like 50%.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, but no, literally, especially the past week, because it's just like, you get a whiff of, like, it's Prince coin, it's just like automatic slam in buy at this point now. It's just like, I can't fade it anymore. I can't deal with it.
And that's good though, because, like, it'll work until it doesn't, and when it doesn't, you'll know. Like, you'll know when it stops working, and hopefully your wins can make up for that one loss eventually.
In my mind, I just see the doomsday scenario where just all the coins just nuke all at once. I know it's like impossible because I'm pretty sure they have like market makers and stuff, but you just see doomsday on all the coins, and then he just deletes the Twitter and he's gone.
A lot of people don't understand market makers, though. They think it's automatically bullish, but, like, it's really not, unless you have a lot of supply control and they have a good strike. It depends on, like, your contract with them. So a lot of people will be like, oh, we're getting a market maker and the coin's only at like 8 mil market cap. And I'm like, well, you guys are going to get a crappy market maker at that market cap, and it's not going to be bullish. But it is funny seeing Trenches react to that.
Bro, don't tell him that, bro. I need that bullish factor so I can insta buy.
I'd be selling into that. Like, people is like, I got a market maker at 8 mil market cap. I'm like, okay, bro. I'm about to market make it myself. Here's negative 50%.
Hey, it's bullish, man. It's bullish. I'm not selling. Diamond hand.
The market maker is just some dude in his basement. Like, it's not Wintermute at 8 million market cap. Okay, guys. Like,
is the market maker in the room with you at this moment? But yeah, I don't know. You hear print on a coin, you buy it. But it's also like there's other people coming out like Ryoshi coins there's like this guy on ETH that makes coins as well. So it's like, is it Ryoshi or is it Print? Don't know. You just bid it. It's been
Is
a
it
little
Arcane?
chaotic.
Is it, there's so many crews. And I think
Yeah.
that's another thing is that's the thing about wallet tracking as well. Like, you got to know which crew is which. There's the whole Eric Cryptoman, CTM, Poe crew. There's Print My Min. There's, there's like the Arcane Gems crew. There's the Neo crew. And, like, a lot of people just, bag on them. And, well, like, I'm not here to say whether it's ethically right or wrong. But, like, if you can make money, go make money. And if you get their wallets, you can just find what coins they're pushing early.
I mean, somebody's got to make the coins, and if we know it's not going to rug,
Yep.
and have an idea who it's coming from,
Oh, yeah.
and price is going to go up, I don't really mind.
Same.
I will say
I
it's
don't
kind
mind
of
either.
crazy, though, how we've gone from the absolutely ridiculously cringe Matt Fury Boys Club meta where they're making fucking characters off of every head's character, making coins about that, now into every possible dog associated with this woman's family from, like, the Dogecoin owner.
It's so
dog.
dumb, man.
Now, like,
it's
she's
the same
fucking
thing. It's
posting
just
these
like-
blog posts about...
She
First of
knows
all,
what
she
she's
got
doing.
another dog called Fuku-kun, and that just came out, like, yesterday, like, less than 24 hours ago. It's over 20 mil now. But then last night, I guess she posted a blog post. And by the way, I think my Brave browser that I use doesn't do, like, the greatest job of translating it. I heard Chrome translates it a little bit better for whatever reason, or maybe other sites or browsers do. I have no idea. But she posts these, like, blog post updates now, and I guess, like, now it's turned into, like, she documents, like, the dogs that her dog meets on a walk. So, like, if she befriends a dog, people are making coins out of the dogs that her dogs meet. So now she has 2 new dogs, but she's meeting dogs, and people are making coins off the dogs that she meets. So now you have all these, like, ridiculous dog names coming out, dude. It's a lot to keep track of.
It's just speculation. Like, at the end of the day, it's like the narrative isn't even that good. But if people want to speculate on it going higher, then it's going to go higher, regardless of what the ticker is. I mean, the ticker could be literally poo-poo, doo-doo, caca. And, like, if certain KOLs had supply and it was cornered, and it's just like... I think that's another thing is, like, I feel like I used to bid things more based off tickers, and now I bid things more based off, like, wallets and people in the coin rather than the ticker. And I feel like that's been a shift as well in meme coins in general. Like, you remember SPX and all these funny tickers that mooned, like Lockheed Martin Inu, and they were, they were really original. They were really fun. They were really funny. They were really easy to shill. And I feel like we've really moved away from that, especially on ETH. And now it's almost just about bidding which group made the coin rather than what the coin is.
So where's she posting these blogs at?
Bro. Better learn Japanese.
No, where's she posting them at? I need to build a monitor for this. I didn't realize where it's coming from. Honestly,
Oh, you
I didn't
know where
realize
it's coming from? It's,
Okay, let me tell you how just, like, destroyed my brain is mentally. I am so used to, like, freaking Brazil cartel freaking trying to spin up a narrative on, like, an old ass Twitter post like 18,000 years ago. I just assumed it was old stuff. I didn't realize she was, like, actually posting out, like, new blog content. So yes, I would like to know. We can talk about it later. It's
It comes
fine.
from Kabosu's mom. Her Twitter is Kabosu Mama, M-A-M-A, Kabosumama.
Dude, I'm
And
sorry.
Her
I
blog
don't like
posts
her
come on
at
her
all.
website. It's kabochan.blog.jp is where they're posted.
As a dog
Like,
lover,
it's right,
the way
it's right in her bio, where she posts the blogs. But, like, she'll tweet it when she posts it too. But I think the blog posts go up on her website before she tweets it, so people are kind of scraping it from there. But you have to, like, go to it and then translate it, and then kind of get an idea of, like, what coins
Hey,
may come
Google
out of it. The
Translate,
reality is,
baby.
I think they've already gotten enough new dogs after the OG passed away.
Oh, brother.
Maybe she buys another one. Who
Oh,
knows?
brother.
She's got plenty of pets now.
She knows what
You
she's
see-
doing. She kept
you see how
Kabosu
they
alive
did the,
based off Zombified. Like, dude, she's not a good person.
You see how they did the Matt Fury? You think it's over? Never over.
They're gonna
They'll
find
milk
out her
it
kids' names.
dry.
They're gonna find out her grandpa's names. Like, her
They're
kids
gonna find
have a
out
dog.
the the dog's favorite treats, the
Yep.
dog's favorite toy.
The leash company, the food.
Bro,
I don't know.
Never ends.
I've been enjoying the soul trenches off Pump Fun quite a bit.
Same.
I was doing really well, dude. I hit some big runners. I made I think I turned like, I don't know, like 20 soul into like over 300 on that neat coin, and I didn't take profit. I think I made like, I was up over 50K on that.
Yeah.
Didn't take profit. I think I made like 20 soul, and then I cooked really hard on another one. Didn't take profit. Wrote it all the way back down. It was 144p dog. That one got nuked the day that the market just started tanking. I turned into too much of a moon boy, even though I have a fucking whiteboard in front of me that says take profit, stack ETH, and soul. I just wasn't doing that. I'm like, yeah, these are going to go higher. It's going to go to at least 10 mil. Neither of them did. I barely made money. And then I got
This was-
trigger shy because fucking Radium comes out and launches their CTO coin, and I get fucking ruined on that. I put like 200 something plus soul into it,
Oh,
got
God.
wrecked. Transferred ETH over, bought more, got wrecked again. So gave a lot back, and then I was trigger shy on Rap Dog. Had a lot of wallet pings early on that at like 200K. Didn't buy. That shit went over 20 mil. Just got to keep grinding. At least there's more interesting coins being launched there than on ETH. ETH is just these fucking Kabosu dogs right now.
Yeah, one thing I will say is that's kind of the reason why it's almost hard to sell, because like CTO, I know that coin got absolutely gaped on the supply, so I immediately was not betting that. I just couldn't. The supply was absolutely cooked. But you know, things like let's compare like 144p to like Rap Dog, right? Like, could you tell me right now, without knowing the prices, which one was going to run to 20 mil?
No, not at all.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And you can't really tell, like, okay, what coin is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mil topper? What coin's a 20 mil topper? So that has been a little concerning. And I agree with you on Soul, just because I am not going to say that all these coins on Soul are genuine. I'm not going to say that. But it does seem a little more like actual genuine volume than ETH.
Oh, there's
like
natural
ETH,
price discovery.
Yeah. ETH, the name of the game is finding out which group made the coin, ride the wave, ride their freshies bidding the coin, dump on their freshies bidding the coin. Like that's all it is. It's just playing the insider mind game. Soul, it's almost like there's a little more actual like fun and belief to it.
Definitely.
So
dude. If like a meme
so,
looks funny, it's
yeah.
like, oh, this could actually run. Like, this makes me laugh. This is hilarious, or whatever the fuck. This is unique. Haven't seen something like this. Each of these coins has its own reason why it's moving. Like 144p, like I thought that was interesting because people could just like make blurry pictures of the chart or blurry pictures of their PFP.
Yeah, that was
They could-
funny.
You could see it spreading on Twitter. That's interesting. But I think it probably got capped on its upside because the market was so shaky, and then it was literally like
the
it
market
came out like
nuked
the day
next
before
day.
it fucking nuked. So it never came back. But the Wrapped Dog, that was cool because like you see all these wrapped coins, like whether it's wrapped ETH or wrapped whatever coin that have the small W. It had that going on. The picture was cool because it had like a fucking basketball net or a
Well, the
wrapped
reason
net
it
around its
ran-
face, but it ran because it had
Yeah.
the Pump Fun comment section going on. They're like, we're not making a Twitter for it. We're not making any Telegram. And
Sounds like a good way to
they
run.
they actually had Alan, the founder of Pump Fun, increase the comment cap because of that coin, so people could just continue to spam shit on there. But you've seen other coins come out since then that have tried to do similar stuff like that. I think it's just kind of a lazy cop out. Obviously, the first mover that does that is going to run, but that's a big part of why that one ran. But to your point, if you just compare those unique reasons between 144p and Rap Dog and just asked me by explaining those coins right now which one would go further, no fucking clue, dude. You have no idea. So I guess it's important in that regard to take profit on the way up, but do it in a way that you're kind to the chart, so you're not nuking it or capping its upside. But at least if it does nuke, you've taken some profit, but you've also stayed in enough to be able to ride it to its highs in case it does run.
Yeah, I think that's the key point is like so many people in crypto, and I've fallen victim to this too, they're either all in or all out, right? Like they're either I'm gonna hold all of the token that I have or I'm gonna sell it all. And I think that as you mature, it's like, oh, I really shouldn't do that. I should sell like 30%, keep 70%, or whatever the split is that works out for you. Just because, yeah, I mean, it's worth it to round trip maybe half your bag for the chance of it being the next smoking chicken fish that goes to 100 to 100 mil. And I think what people always do is they're like, oh, what if I held it all, though? I would have made more. Well, yeah, but you also could have round tripped it all, right? And it's that whole, like, I've talked about it before, but it's that whole, like, yeah, how many mooners have you sold early, but then how many rugs have you sold, the top of? Like, how many coins did you take profit on that went to zero? Probably more than the coins that you papered, right? And it's just that we remember the papers more than we remember the coins we sold well.
Yeah, I think a lot of that goes into like how risk averse you are as a trader, also how much liquidity you have, how much money you have in your portfolio. I was in a group chat, I don't know, I think it was earlier this week or last week. I'm not going to name the guy's name, but he's a great trader that's been hitting a lot of these coins. And he's just like, I think even Pwn Lord has said this too. He wasn't the one that said this in this chat, but this guy was like, look, we have enough money in here across all of us. It's like, it's worth it to just fucking hold these and let them run. Like, even if they go to zero, fuck it. Like, I'd rather hold them and let them go all the way up and then not miss out on the crazy gains of the upside of some of these coins. Granted, I'm watching the same fucking guy sell on the way up if he doesn't like it or doesn't like the price action or if he doesn't like the market, whatever the reason is. But I guess the idea is, depending on where you're at with your portfolio or how much risk you're willing to take on, maybe you adjust those numbers. But I think that having a process and sticking to it and actually taking profit on the way up for some of it, that's probably the way to go. But I'm saying that, but I have not been doing it. That's always been my biggest problem. I'm in a lot of the right coins, but I tend to turn into too much of a moon boy. I think in like self-reflection and talking to other people about it, I think a big part of it actually is greed. It's like, yeah, but I can make more. Yeah, but if it goes up, I'm going to make more money. So I'm going to stay in.
Yeah.
And then I don't make all that. So
I think
can't be too greedy, man. There's another coin every fucking day.
Yeah. I think the key that I've learned is to sell into volume. That matters the most on Solana, just because of how small liquidity pools are.
I agree.
Like, I've been up UPNL like 600K on a token, but like the liquidity's so bad that it's like I don't want to like round trip, but I also like, oh, this is getting so much volume, it's going to go so much higher. I could make a mil off this, but like reality is I should sell when the volume is absurd, because then I can actually sell more without large price impact. Whereas like, yeah, if you're trying to exit at 8 mil, but volume's low, you're just going to crash the token. Whereas if you're trying to exit at 4 mil, but like there's a million volume every 5 minutes, you're going to be able to exit a large portion of your position. And I think that's just the thing on Solana in general, is unless a coin really reaches escape velocity and goes to 50 mil to 100 mil, you got to sell into when the volume spikes like that.
Yep, I agree. That's a very, very, very important point that I don't think enough people realize or take advantage of. You get caught in this like moment where like, holy shit, the coin is just absolutely mooning. It's going up insane. Like, maybe I don't sell any here. You just kind of like sit back and let it do its
euphoria,
thing.
though.
It is, but that's in reality. That's when you should be clipping some out. Not aggressively to suppress it. You want to like still let it go up, but make sure that whatever you're selling is going to get eaten up by those candles continuing to push the price higher.
Yeah, one thing that I've seen a couple people do, because they paper a lot, especially like heavy wallet trackers and pump fund grinders, because they'll find a lot of stuff early, just because certain teams, same people do the same stuff, right? One thing I've been starting to do is I've been starting to like, okay, if I literally cook a coin like 2, 3, 4%, I'll like throw 1% or 2% in a wallet and then just act like a Jeet on half of it. Like, especially if it's like, running hard and selling into volume, like y'all are saying. And then I'll just hold that other 1-2%. One thing I also do is I've just accepted the fate that I can't moonboy a coin. I just like don't really, I don't know, like understand the hype about like Rap Dog. I get it. Did I think it was 20 mil worth? Honestly, no. I didn't really find it like funny or like a bid. I don't know. Like, one thing I was super mad about was papering smoking chicken fish. I thought that coin was absolutely hilarious, and it just had some sort of weird connection to me. And I only sold because I found out that the dev is like serial. The dev wasn't even like in that coin anymore, but the dev is serial, and I was just like, okay, I don't really want to be in this anymore because of that. Obviously, it was a huge paper. It was in my college channel. It was real sad. But I've just accepted fate that, I'm only going to Moonboy coin if I truly, truly like it. And that's my current thought process. Will that change probably within a week? Yes. It is what it is. Crypto, you got to learn to adapt. You got to learn to change. And, it's just a journey. And selling is the hardest thing, in my opinion. Like, we can yap all day about good selling strategy, but at the end of the day, it's just, you can try to make a good strategy, but it'll never be perfect, and you kind of just have to just deal with the uncertainty of what is to come within crypto.
I just want to say, while we were recording the podcast, I noticed that Anonymous bought a coin with the ticker Dick. Curious why.
He likes Dick. What?
Bro, if
Nothing more to it.
if the Trench Talk podcast listeners were to find my wallet, they'd honestly be asking,
yeah,
why
you've
the
bought
fuck
some
is this
questionable
guy
tickers
yapping?
during this podcast, but I haven't brought it up.
Bro, accountant, I'm sorry when you guys see this stuff. I'm so sorry, my dog. Do not take it against me. I saw a wallet go. Not my problem, brother. Blame them.
Bullish Wallet is buying Dick. Let me tell.
Bullish Dick. It's all right. I'm about to mass shill 400K market cap coin on the podcast right now.
No.
Nice.
No.
Guaranteed wealth. I'm joking.
You shill that
I guess that was better than
freaking
shilling
sacrilegious
bagels at
coin, I
70 mil.
swear, bro. I already know. I'm like, that thing's at
I
400K
honestly-
right now.
I can't because I don't like the team that CTO'd it, so I gotta wait for a new team to CTO it. And then
Okay,
hopefully
good.
it
Because
goes
if you show that on the podcast, I'm leaving. I will actually exit.
Hey, guess what? It went up. Don't care. Fader. Sometimes you must buy things you don't like to make money. Do I feel proud of it? No.
There's no financial advice ever on this podcast.
There's literally none. Zero.
Yeah, absolutely none.
Honestly, if you take financial advice from us, you deserve to get wrecked. Like, there's really no two ways about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
We're
if you
just
hear
three
us
dudes
talk
that
and
are
then be
here.
like, yeah, these guys know what they're talking about, and then just, like, follow our advice, I don't know, man.
We're just three dudes yapping, just trying to make a sense of the stuff we
Trying
do
to make it,
on
bro.
a daily basis. Trying to make it, make it out the trench. Make out the trenches, baby. Well, what else do we have to talk about this week?
There's not that much. I mean, like, as far as what's coming up, Colt, the Milady coin's supposed to be launching this
Oh
month.
yeah, ooh.
That's going to be interesting, especially with how weird ETH has been. It's like the first big pre-sale, I feel like, on ETH in a long time. So, it'll be interesting to see how it reacts. Like, will it come out as a mid-cap? Will it come out as already, like, on centralized exchanges? Like, how will it be played, especially with how many people just absolutely aped the pre-sale with, like, 300 ETH by themselves? Mm-hmm. So that's an interesting one coming up. And then beyond that, obviously, the actual Trump coin, as cliche as it sounds, supposed to be coming. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of smart people about the cool coin, ones that are in the pre-sale, ones that are not, and it's just like, I don't know. I think it's going to get slammed. Which direction? Great question. Slammed up or slammed down.
Both, probably.
But
I mean,
one thing that I will guarantee is it'll definitely be a big ETH liquidity event.
yeah.
On ETH chain. That's the one thing I can
To be
guarantee
honest,
there. I
though,
know
like,
that.
the play might be, if you don't want a big Colt, just look at dips, right? Because people are going to sell their ETH bags to chase whatever happens, right? So I think kind of like, when Nero on Sol went to 200 or 100 mil in one day, everyone was selling their Sol bags, and stuff like SCF rebounded super hard after going down like negative 50%. So if you're not interested in Colt itself, you should probably look at strong ETH coins that will probably rebound afterwards.
I agree. NRB, do you have anything looking forward to this week or no?
No specific coins. I've been tracking some stuff, like interesting stuff on base that might launch, but honestly, really nothing worth mentioning.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
One
for
thing I will
Colt as
mention-
well. I'm saving some liquidity for Colt. I know people that are saving like a shit ton for Colt, like multiple hundreds of six figs to buy into it.
I've
which I
heard
think is pretty
some
nuts.
crazy numbers going to get thrown. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in general are pretty pissed off with the time frame that the Colt team had put out for when they would launch within, and they obviously have not launched within that. But I'm thinking at this point they're just trying to be strategic about launching in the right market environment, which I think you have to appreciate. But locking up people's liquidity for that lengthy period of time is kind of ridiculous. And if it's a marketing tactic to like create FOMO or some shit, I think they've kind of dropped the ball, because I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
their
I agree.
Twitter spaces were fucking dog shit. Like having people come up and read wallet addresses and being all like weird and cringy with like these giggly girls. I thought it was just absolutely stupid, because I could not take listening to that for more than like 2 minutes.
I do think they dropped their ball on their hype, because like I feel like it reached its apex like a few weeks ago when everyone thought the month timeline or whatever was right. Because originally, like, I forget if it was on the website or in a space, they said a certain like in 4 weeks, and then that was coming up, and then everyone was so hyped because they're like, oh, it's gonna stealth drop tomorrow. This is the last day. And then that came and went. It's been like 2 weeks since then. People are just kind of like, oh yeah, Colt's coming. I still think it's going to be big, but I do agree that they kind of dropped the ball on their max hype that they could have gotten.
I mean, I also don't think people are real too excited that ETH has gone down maybe a little bit in price.
True.
since the
True.
pre-sale.
They locked it up at like top of ETH 3,800 or whatever.
Also, what are you doing when it launches and you just see the main Colt Twitter page just tweet, "Oh fuck"?
Well, isn't it already? Milady's
and
already
all
connected
all
to the U.S. government. Like, what if they just like, I don't know, some?
Oh fuck, it's gone. The pre-sale's gone.
Oh yeah, that slurp, bro. That's
That's
so
what I was
funny.
saying.
Yeah, we put it in a Gnosis proxy. Can't take it out for 4 years. My bad. Oh, that would be so funny.
Oops, sorry.
It would be so sad
You
because
really-
I
you
know
really
so many
dragged
people
it
that
now.
ape so much into that. But like, dude, oh gosh.
I know people that put massive percentages of net worth into it.
Which is like crazy,
good luck to
man.
them.
Like, good on them, I guess.
I'm rooting
but
for them, baby.
yeah,
We can talk about portfolio percentage risk on a different pod. I think that's too long of a topic to,
yeah,
to
I
bring
think
up
that's a
now.
long topic.
But,
I agree with
one thing
Whoopig.
I will say-
Shout out Whoopig's tweet. That's how I play.
yeah, Whoopig had a very good tweet. If no one's seen it, go read it. Very good insight. One thing I will say is we didn't really talk about any recession stuff because honestly, especially me, the knowledge on it is very bare minimum. So I'm really not going to talk about and yap about something I just don't really know about. Honestly, it's kind of like almost I was just here, just sitting as hopium that it would go back up. Honestly. And it's just like, okay, I was waiting for the huge dip on Sunday night, waiting for a big bounce. It bounced hard, and then I was like, okay, will it show relative strength? Will things show strength at all, or will we just slowly chop down here? And then obviously, things are starting to slowly go back up this week. So
Shout out to Talek
Good
sending
for me.
3,000 ETH to his girlfriend or whatever. What a Chad. That's my hero.
Vitalik is,
That's my hero. Don't shit talk him.
and then Vitalik just FSHing any ETH coin he gets.
I think
sent.
that's so funny though, because like he doesn't entertain that, like when people were sending supply to the Andrew Tate, when people were sending supply to Trump, Vitalik's just like, nah, I'm gonna take the money. I would too.
Hey, I really can't blame him. He's like, bro, what are you thinking?
Free bags. It's a free car. He just gets like free houses.
Yeah, by the way,
Hey.
I was seeing a tweet from earlier this morning before we started the pod about the Trump coin stuff. It looks like Trump Jr. had like revealed that they're more so trying to create a DeFi platform that is looking to like challenge the traditional banking system, and it's going to take time to develop. Like
That
it's
makes
not
sense
necessarily
because
just
I
going to be
think
a
if they
fucking
made a
meme
coin, it would be bad.
He tweeted like "Be Defiant" or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean
It
they
was off
talked
the top
about
of my
like
head.
DeFi stuff like that, and it doesn't appear like it's going to be a meme coin that's launching anytime soon. So
I think we should
be
end
careful.
the podcast by reading the Ryan Fournier $350 tweet out loud.
You can read it.
I haven't seen it,
you
so
should read it.
go
I
for
bought
it.
$350 of it this morning just because I believed what these guys were saying, as they are connected. I lost all but around $30, and I wasn't given anything either. I am pissed at the people who apparently backed out last minute and caused this. Screenshot attached of his Coinbase wallet. 2.179 Sol to $62.
Rest in piss.
Your size is
First
not
time,
size.
first time, buddy.
Bro bought 2 Sol at 90 million market cap. Like, I mean, like, what?
Hey, his day was fucking ruined after that, man.
He did.
Yeah, he had to
size
go
up
tell his
again.
wife, sorry, I can't get you your shoes. Like, I mean, like, come on, bro. People
You know,
lost,
we
like,
were-
500K.
You know, we were talking last week about like sizing up to make up for not being early.
Yeah.
Philly didn't do that.
No, he did. That's his size. Like, it normally would have been a $10 ape, but he's like, man, it's 90 mil. I should probably put like $300 in, get a little 2x out of that.
Hey,
Yeah, it's crazy.
hey, man. You know, it was the first time in the trenches. It was a little scary, man. You didn't know. It's okay.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. First time, buddy. Like, it's just real sad. Real sad to watch. But, alright. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it. Everything, we good?
Yes, sir.
I feel like it was a good topics talk.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright. Alrighty. Thank y'all for listening this week. Peace.
Peace.